coming up with this silly little rhyme about swimming. And swimming real fast, and you know I'm gonna have a blast. Yo, social kick, check it.
Welcome to Social Kick. I'm Brian Lundquist. We got a partial crew, Luke Paddington, but filling in the twofer. World record holder Andrii Govorov and assistant coach at Queens, Elliot Ptasnik. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Thanks for having us. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you guys. Amazing, amazing opportunity to chat with you.
A lot of respect whenever sprinting is in the room, especially dear to my heart, the 50 butterfly. I have no idea how the hell you could ever swim a 50 butterfly in 22.2. It's insanity to me, but still super awesome. Love to get to chat about it. But first, dude, what's going on? What are you guys doing? You're in Charlotte. You're getting ready for Worlds. Andrii, maybe start us off. What's the life update?
Well, I mean, life is just I try to move on with my passion, like swimming, and swimming leads me into like better places. I've been training in Portugal, as you probably know before, and was a great time there almost for a year. And I swam quite a good time there, 50 freestyle, like 21.98 last season. And then, you know, the program itself was a bit too hard for me in the aerobic wise. And I felt that I need to just get back into something that I really like. And at the end, it's just my life and I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And if I want to quit swimming at the end, I want to spend my last days of something that I'm doing with a full joy and sprinting a lot, getting like max lactate. And that's why I went to Charlotte, because Elliot is my big friend that always giving me help, always supporting me. And it was his initiation to give me a chance to stay here and train what I really like to train. So, but Portugal, it was a big challenge for me on the training wise. I tested myself a lot and I swam fast. It's just probably for me was a bit, I got a little bit missing sprinting more short distances. That's the only thing. But the coach, Albertinho Silva, he's a great coach. They had a great team as physiotherapists like Daniel Maedas and Semi Igor Silveira. They have a great team of Brazilian, Portuguese people that doing very good there. So they are very professional. So I really appreciate their help at that time. But I need to move on. I want just to enjoy life a little bit, like how I want to do it. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to hear you talk about your enjoyment in life is coming from choking on lactate and doing like max sprinting. That's why I left swimming, because it's so freaking hard. But
testing.
So, well, Elliot, what's your side of things? Give us the life update. Last time we spoke, you were in Hawaii, and then you've been a few places since. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, so a lot of things outside the pool. Got engaged to my beautiful fiancée, Shauna. And she was finishing her fellowship in electrophysiology, which is cardiology specialty at Stanford. And so went there for the summer, and Greg and Dan and Neil and the staff there was very welcoming, and we were on deck every day together. That was awesome. And then, during that time, we're looking for where do we want to, purchase a house, start a family. And Charlotte was on the top of that list. And so I knew, Jeff Dugdale beforehand, and reached out to him. We had talked through the summer and was welcomed with open arms. And it's been an amazing experience, coaching both the collegiate team and the post-grads here. And we're very happy.
Elliot, I swam for McGill University in Montreal, and our arch rivals was a university called Queen's University. We had sayings, Queen's this, Queen's this, that. We hated it. So when I read that you went to Queen's, I'm like, you're going to Canada? You're going to Ontario? What? I don't know anything about Queen's University. Can you describe the team, the environment, what conference you're in? Just give us a little rundown on the team.
Sure. So with the school itself, it's just about 1,500 students. Yeah. So very small, but placed on a beautiful campus in a great neighborhood here in Charlotte. And they've been a Division II powerhouse for years. I mean, I believe the team was started about 11 years ago, and they have, multiple championships under their belt. And and now transitioning from Division 2 to Division 1. So we're in.
Wow.
That takes 4 years to go through that process. We're in year 2, so very grateful to be a part of this transition and come out gunslinging when that day one of full Division 1 starts. And it's just the best thing I could say with the team is, for me personally, the coaching staff is amazing. Jeff, Nick, John, Bob Grosseth is here, Meredith, and it's just an awesome, loving, caring, engaged staff that's here. And that trickles down to the team itself. I mean, the values that the team has, all the things outside of swimming fast are absolutely amazing with this team.
Well, congrats on that transition, and it's great to have a family. That's what swimming is. When I was also at McGill, every once in a while we had these Olympic medalists come and train with us, Marcel Vuda, Marianne Limpert, and it blew our mind. It was one of the great things. You now have a world record holder training with you. Explain to me how that happens. What's your relationship like with Andrii? How did he end up there? And what's the reaction of the team when you see a world record holder in the pool next to you?
Yeah, sure. Well, this is not our first rodeo, Andrii and I. It all started when Russia invaded Ukraine. I did not personally know Andrii, but we have mutual friends. Mm-hmm. And I reached out and was just like, hey, man, is there anything you need? Like, is there anything I can help you with? To be honest, I was probably expecting maybe send him a couple $100 and wish him the best and, like, all my heart, buddy. And he said, well, I think the best thing at this time is to, kind of get out of Europe and represent Ukraine on the international level the best I can. And so I'm like, bring it on. And he flew out to Hawaii. We trained together for a couple months in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And then we hit the road together. We went to Mare Nostrum, World Championships in Budapest, European Championships in Rome, and spent the whole summer together. So an amazing experience. I picked up not only a lot of knowledge from him, but a great friend. Care for him very much. And again, with Worlds coming up and trying to, get to the Olympics and represent Ukraine the best as possible, it needs a great environment.
Oh, sorry. I just lost the signal.
Okay. Oh, we got you. Well, Elliot, what about Romanchuk? Are distance swimmers invited to your program?
Sure, absolutely.
He's back to Ukraine now. He's back to Ukraine. He left the Germany. Yeah. He's back to Ukraine now with his old coach. I think he's a head coach of Ukrainian team for now.
And so back to your question, how does this affect the team? Obviously, it just raises the enthusiasm. The gain for knowledge and being the best self that you can. And Andrii likes to engage and pass his knowledge. So it just kind of raises the level of everything for everybody.
All right. So now, Andrii, let's switch it to you. So you're in an environment with NCAA Division 2 team training, and you got World Championships you must be leaving soon. It's in a week or so.
Just in a week, yeah.
And Elliot, your program is getting ready for Division 2 championships, which is, a couple of weeks before Division 1 championships. And then you've got qualification. Talk us through, Andrii, what's your plan, especially for the next, what's your macro cycle plan? Mm-hmm. You're coming down, you're resting, and then you're going to go back. And then Elliot, you follow up afterwards. What's your coaching plan to manage these different responsibilities? So Andrii, you go first.
Look, for me, it was a bit kind of unusual year. I think I got a little bit of overtrained of aerobics, and I needed to get out of that. And I was struggling with overtraining physically and mentally for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And this was my escape with Elliot, right? And he helped me to just get back into the shape. Now for this Worlds, of course, for me, the minimum program is just to be competitive and the level I usually expect. And competitive meaning it's just being able to show your best potential for this period of time. And I don't want to say results wise or something, because we always expect the best times and no miracles happening every day. But what we're seeing now is just growing every week. And every week we have a little bit better results in the swimming pool. And that's what makes my life enjoyable. That's what I was seeking for. I was seeking for exactly for this. Training, having results, being happy. eat good food, sleep well, not putting so much pressure on myself. And I just want to enjoy these high level competitions in the way I could. And of course, like I'm leaning toward Olympics. I want to do the 50 freestyle in Olympics. 002 away from me to anytime if I do the A cut, I just go to Olympics because we have just Buhov, one guy with A cut already. So, I just gonna need to do it as well. And as soon as I have a cut, just gonna focus on best performance possible. Because like going back in 2016 when I came to Brazil to Arilson Silva, I had just 6 months to fully prepare myself, and I dropped half a second in the 50 freestyle at that moment. So I'm pretty sure that being a sprinter, it's a blessing and a curse together. So you can get your shape as quick as possible, maybe in 3 months, best shape of your life, but you also can lose it quick. So I'm just on this process of enjoying swimming. That's mostly like that.
I'm just going to interject quickly. So back in 96, when I was trying to make the Atlanta Games, I was trying to get the B cut in 50 free, and then Charlotte was one of my races. And that's where I was going to ultra swim to qualify. And I remember that we had like 5 or 6 periods we can qualify. Your time, I think, is at 21:98. You got to get under now, I believe, or something like that. What's
96, I swam 98 and 96.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how much pressure are you putting on that? Or are you just going out there to swim fast, and what happens? You touch the wall, you can't control it. You're just going to have fun? Talk about that.
I've been through tough period of time in Tokyo. Like I wasn't able to make a cut last time. But a lot of reasons for that: COVID plus surgery, and I needed to recover myself. Then I couldn't train with my coach at that time, and I just put so much pressure that every 50 freestyle for me was a torture. So I'm just smashing myself as max as I can, and it's just not coming. 22-1, 22-1, 22-1, and it's just 0.05 away from the cut, 0.03 away from the cut. And then I just let it go, and I don't want to repeat the same. For me now is the target. Let's see the butterfly as well. Like maybe the butterfly going to come back. And for me, it's quite like I have a kind of good expectation about butterfly right now.
Well, so I want to get to that, but Elliot, I want to go back to you. I'm interested to see how you as a coach are managing, just at a macrocycle level. You got a national team commitments, you got, Olympic qualifying problems, but you also qualifying requirements, but you also have Division 2 championships coming up and your conference championships. How are you managing the two from a coaching perspective?
One thing at a time, brother. We also have 3 athletes, student athletes from Queens that will be attending World Championships. Okay. And they're trying to make the Olympic cuts for their respective countries as well. 2 from Slovakia and 1 from Hungary. Wow. So I'll be supporting them and Andrii and some of our other Aloha Aquatica teammates like Ben and just there to assist them in their achievements. And then after that, after Doha, land the very next day, go to Knoxville, Tennessee for our ASUN conference championships.
Wow.
So busy time. But I think, to answer your question too, looking at the general perspective of it, that's why it's awesome to have a great staff of coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that you have trust in them and they have trust in you. And whether you're in the Middle East or North Carolina, everybody's getting the job done.
It's a good. Let's talk about your international swimmers who go off the worlds. It's often a challenge for the college coaches to really give it their all for these international swimmers for their particular aspirations. I don't want to tape you on rest for you 3 weeks before conference meet to go and qualify for the Olympics or what have you. I need you for championships and for the relay. How are you balancing that and working on that balance to respect their needs, but also your commitment to what's best for Queen's University?
Just 100% support their aspirations. If it's making the Olympic team, we're all in for that. And if you make the Olympic team for your country, you're probably going to do pretty well at the conference championships too. So for us, we're all in for whatever they want to do, including their international aspirations.
Not many coaches think like that. That's good.
Yeah. All right, Andrii, let's talk about butterfly, sprint butterfly. What's clicking right now? You said that one's feeling good.
Yeah, honestly, like when I came here, it was my first time 25 fly yards ever in my life. I've been in America before. I've been training, but I never really raced from the block, and like I'd never done it. And the first day we came, I think I swam 9.6, something like that, after a break. So I came here after a break of like 3 weeks, was not doing anything besides gym, and I didn't feel good in the water, but that was just a testing thing, right? And now we're doing 9.0. So I just dropped 0.6 and it was quite good feeling. And we just start kind of taper part of the time. So I don't know what those seconds meaning, because every coach take differently, and this is irrelative to just challenge sometimes. But what I felt that I have an improvement, that's very important to me, feel this. And enjoying swimming about butterfly, that I don't have any hesitations, I don't feel any tensions or something. So that's what makes me feel happy about the butterfly right now.
Yeah, think about, if I may, think about this scenario. We have a world record holder training with us, and kind of the college team is getting out, he's getting in, and he's about to do his first yard races ever. We're talking about a 31-year-old man that's been a professional his entire life, that's about to get up and go a 50 free yards for the very first time. So everybody just kind of like stops what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
he misses a turn. No.
Well, he did have to look up. I told him, watch out, that wall's coming quick. But, I'll let Andrii share the time if you want, but I said if it wasn't under 20, it doesn't count. And he was well under 20 seconds. So that was fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Well, without underwaters. So I'm not the guy who is doing underwaters. And since like 2016, 17, I think I've never really raced short course anymore. I was really focused on long course, like world record, all this stuff. But I've been very good in my younger age. I've been winning 3 times short course Europeans 50 butterfly. I've been medalist in 50 free many times. I know how to do short course, but then the guys learned how to do underwaters.
Yeah.
So my old races was like 4 kicks one side, 4 kicks another side. So, and I've managed to swim 22:29 is my short course national record, 22:27 long course. So, and I keep stuck with that. I don't really want. Of course, I wanted to improve my underwaters. I worked so hard, but sometimes you're just not doing the right thing to improve it. So I'm still in the learning process, and now meeting Marius Kusch from Germany. He's great underwater guy. Yeah. And he just gave me like just a couple of suggestions, and it's already felt differently. So it gave me a thought that maybe just one mistake of like keeping knees together can help. I was like kicking like that, and now together it makes sense, right? Like having a fin instead of 2 separate sticks. Like a lot of things that you learn being 31 years old and learning these simple things that should be logic. And that's why I appreciate that I will have a chance to be with Elliot and learn from other guys. Yeah. And I think this is the main reason to not the main reason, but the main key of being different level athlete is just to learn like every day, no matter what happening with your life, or your world record holder or your Olympic champion. Keep learning, because it's never going to be the same. It's like 10 years later, you still can be a fast swimmer, but you still need to learn and adjust. So that's what I'm happy to be here to learn from other guys as well.
So what are you learning from Elliot in particular, your first half of your race? So when you set your world record, you were 9.98 and then 12.2. That was your splits, right? So you came back like a beast that second 25, that 50 fly. Now you're going off the dive a 9.0 25-yard fly, and you're working in underwaters. What are you guys working on in your strategy for the 50 fly for Doha? Are you looking to get more top end speed and do a couple more kicks on your breakout, and then finish strong? What's the plan?
We don't have any stage of particularly going into the race details yet, because the main reason now is just to get back into the feeling of racing. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is just gain some confidence of what's happening. Mm-hmm. And that's how usually that's how it happened in the past as well. So I just do a couple races, I see the result itself in a high level, because high level competition are different than training session. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're going to do in training session without references, you can't really adjust anything or do anything. What we wanted was just want to wake up every morning with a smile, doing our daily cold plunge, having great routines, eating like steaks by Elliot, that is great food, and like being happy for now. And of course, we at the moment of practices, we could adjust something. Of course, we're counting strokes. Of course, we have a lot of this science work behind that, but no pressure is the secondary part. First, get into this beast mode shape that should be going closer to the main races. And because polishing technique, polishing your race, it's much easier when you're in your best shapes, when you're controlling your body, controlling your race, when you can, like you told, like 9.8 was my first 25, and the goal was not to push at all. Like the goal was just to take it easy first 25 meters, and that's why I managed to don't drop any speed of. Like I have as a reference, I have Stefano Nura, rest in peace for him, analyzes and was exactly the same speed from 15 breakout to the final touch. I didn't drop like a single cent in the speed. Was based on his analysis was 489, 488, 490 the same per 10 meters. And we managed to do it just through good management of the race, plus good feeling of max speed as well. So we trained that in the past. So we were doing this 25 easy plus 10, plus 15, plus 20 max. So that kind of was a process. But we started doing that work after Mare Nostrum 22:53. So before Mare Nostrum was mostly freestyle-based work. So a lot of things, but we don't want to just follow and repeat. We just enjoying the journey right now. I'm a world record holder of 218. Now I'm different, Andrii Govorov. I have a lot of experience, and of course, I want to get back into the highest world level stage and compete, race, having fun. That's my goal right now. No pressure at all.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, Elliot, he blazed right through it, but I want to know what's the secret behind this wellness routine with the daily cold plunge and the beast mode bod and the steaks by Elliot. What are we cooking up?
Yeah, I mean, we're on point. Like I mentioned, we got a cold plunge here in the porch. We do that every day. We are no alcohol, no sugar. We're eating kind of mostly a keto-based diet, but Andrii will add pasta and carbohydrates. And then Thursday nights is his night. We get the Ukrainian delicacy on Thursday evenings.
What's the delicacy? What is it?
Oh, a lot of things. Of course, the main dish is borscht. It's a beetroot soup based on beef or pork broth. A lot of vegetables, potato. But we don't add potatoes because of keto diet for Elliot. But a lot of veggies inside, cabbage, and you need to really make this soup with love. Every family in Ukraine know how to cook it, and every family have individual recipe. Also, another option. It's called haluptsi. It's the cabbage wraps with a mashed meat inside, so like minced meat inside, and also a lot of combinations of that. Today I a little bit explored again, like was simmered veggies, beetroot, carrots, onions, together with chicken bites in air fryer. So I'm cooking well. So I like to cook. It's kind of meditation for me, and I like to see smiley faces of Elliot's family, his wife, and him. So it's just nice family time together here.
Hey, Brian, it's a Thursday night. We should have done this at the house and have some dinner after. What's going on, man?
Oh, I know. Yeah, now I want to pick your brains. I started messing with the air fryer, so I got to know what Ukrainian secrets.
Oh, shrimps! I have great recipe for shrimps in air fryer. Oh, they're amazing. Like fish, just number one.
I can't do shrimp. Not a shrimp guy.
Sorry about
that. I'll get behind these veggies and wait. Go on the cold plunge. How long for the cold plunge?
No pressure as well. We just do as much as you can hold comfortably. And the idea beside that is not just extremely to give you some recovery patterns or something. We just want to have this discipline that mentally can help you with the discipline daily. Plus, let's say immunity spark. So no time limits. Like if it also depends on the temperature. Sometimes it's 0 degrees Celsius, that is just almost an icy water, you don't want to stay so long. But sometimes it's just a little bit like 10 or 11, you stay longer. No pressure, mostly about, again, enjoyment and no limitations or no challenges on the outside of the pool. Challenges is when you really need to do them. Now it's more, let's say, healthy lifestyle that makes you a little bit more happier and healthier.
Yeah.
You brought up some stuff. That's it. I'm going to switch back to the racing mindset and the you of 2018, the you of 2024. I'm 6 years. That's massive. When Manadu was about to break his win the 53 gold, the last thing that James Gibson told him as he walked out the ready room was just have fun and smile. And Flo walked out there and he's the only one smiling and relaxed, and you know, he won, right? We know. And that was the mindset he was at. And that's how he approached his race. That's all he focused on, was just smiling and relaxing, and got him to his gold. Elliot and Andrii, how would you approach now at age 31, you know, being on another World Championships final next to my boy Dylan Carter? And where you at? How do I know you're about to swim fast? Where you at, Andrii?
You know, it's always easy when you're in the top of the world and breaking the world records. It's very easy to compete. You probably know that you're going to win and you not challenge anyone except yourself. And that's a struggle with athletes who have been on top of the world to race later, not being as in a great shape as before, not being as well as before. That's a struggle. And I think that's what I faced in Tokyo. That's I felt that I'm the human more than ever, because in Fukuoka, in Tokyo. In Fukuoka, in Worlds was very strange Worlds for me. The first time I was not in the final in the high level competitions. I've been always somewhere. Like I've been in semis and finals all my life. I never been that bad. And what happened? What is the difference? Is at first I never had that slow start. Meaning after the second signal to the take your marks, it took 18 seconds. And I'm going early to the block down. And I'm about to just standing up and just what's going on. And they're giving me take your marks in the 50 butterfly the first day of competitions. And then I just jump and I forgot to breathe in. And I created a vacuum inside my lungs. I'm doing underwater and I just recognized I need to get my breathing early somehow. And I do 3-4 strokes and I'm taking a breath, and this vacuum just got all the water inside my lungs. Never had this. I never had this in the young competitions, junior. I never had these mistakes ever in my life.
Wow.
And I swam 23:43, I think, in that time, trying to breathe 7 or 8 times. Like I've been trying to do every stroke breathing, and like oxygen was not coming into my lungs. And I missed semifinal for 0:01. Yeah. It was a bad race. Happens, huge mistake, a lot of pressure on the start. Start is my kind of the point sometimes that I'm not really confident in the start right now. And then because of that, I'm going into 53. That was my main event, trying to do Olympic cut. And I decided to do an opposite. I'm going to just wait as more as I can, go last to the block. And at that time, they did it completely opposite. They just made it quicker. And because of that, I got also a little bit out of my mind and I couldn't control my stroke. I couldn't feel good. I couldn't feel racing. So mental part, I think that's when you need to work more on the mental part and try to find your peace with your race. Try to avoid this pressure. Try to enjoy what you're doing, because competitions are made for, it's a celebration of your work you've done. So just let it flow. For me, it wasn't the case. For me, that was the first time that I was putting so much pressure on myself, trying to make this Olympic cut early to have more time to prepare to Olympics. And that's what happened. I just swam 22.1 again, like far from 22.2, so far from the result I expected. In the trainings, I swam faster. 50 fly was like 22s a couple of times in the training, 21s many times in training. But, you know, it's that's what it is. Mental part is, I think, is the most important right now nowadays, mostly when all these dopamine addictions like phones, a lot of things that really bother your sleep, bother your things. So I had these difficulties and I'm working on them right now. That's why cold plunge is helping. Cold plunge gives you a discipline to control yourself, and then it's easier to avoid phone. It's easier to control your outer parts. Just to follow some things, doing something that you don't like, you go through, then you get because how cold water works. It just drops your temperature, but when you heat yourself up, the dopamine gets up, and now you have a reward doing something difficult and heavy. And you can use this pattern with the phone, just stopping the phone before that. Usually it gets into your mind for too long. So a lot of these things that I learned with Elliot right now, and I think that could help. Let's see. I don't want to put any big words, but what I want to just go to compete right now and enjoy. That's the thing.
First of all, thank you for speaking from here. And we've had countless Olympic champions and world record holders talk about the mindset they have. And they've all spoken to similar veins to what you had. But nobody's spoken as beautiful as you said. Competition is a celebration of the work you've put in. That's gold. So Elliot, the question for you is, how do you approach coaching an athlete? He comes to check on you. He's going to the ready room, the last words. And you've worked with some of the chillest people, Tony Irvin, Ben Proud. How do you approach it? Is it on an athlete by athlete basis? Do you read the room? Are you prepared for that moment, that last moment?
Yeah, I mean, my coaching style, I guess, is a mix between Michael Scott and Ted Lasso, to where I may just crack a joke or say something or play a little game real quick.
I didn't expect that.
I mean, at this point, we've already been talking for a week. Like, there are no questions, there's only answers, like answer-based mindset. So I just try to make the experience convenient for them. If you need an espresso, let me get that for you, bro. It's like, the bus leaves at 10:30. We got to be there at 10:30. Right. Just kind of make sure everything's set up correctly. And, these guys are so good. They'll take care of it. And so I try to, keep it light and fun and fresh. And that's what we're all about.
Speaking of fun and light and fresh, so we asked our audience for some questions before the show. And your buddy Milorad Kavich wants to know, what's your favorite video game, Andrii? Give us the backstory on that.
Look, I used to play a lot in that, not now. I'm a little bit staying away from computer gaming and all of this stuff, but I used to play MMORPG, if you know what is that. It's role play gaming online. So you have your characters and just play a lot for get your character better and better. I used to play it a lot in the past, like Lineage, in let's say 5, 7, 10 years ago. I've been playing that. But the most game I was very, very competitive. The name of this game is Dota. Is like Dota 2 and Dota as well. I've been playing so good that I've been I think in the European ranking, top 1,000, something like that. So I'm quite competitive there as well. And it was something to switch off my mind. Because it's a strategy game and you're not thinking about the sport at that time, and you also can express your emotions there freely. And I used to play a lot.
Well, what are these college kids into now? You're the old man in the college environment. What are they into now? What are the games? What are the social norms that you're like? What makes you feel old?
Honestly, I get surprised. I know more about games than they do. They're more into TikTok stuff, these video shorties and all of this stuff. But what I've they just having these apps that not Instagram anymore. They have another apps that they just leave pictures or something. So kind of Snapchat, chat, something new apps. I don't remember the name of those apps. So that's the only thing I'm probably not into. So
if I can add to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Elliot.
For any swimmers and coaches out there, it's, during this taper and rest time, we encourage to switch those video games off, especially competitive ones. Taper is a lifestyle, right? We may see you at the pool for just 2 to 4 hours a day. What are you doing the 22 or 24 hours the rest of the day? If you're putting all of your mindset and energy into competition in a game, we want to save that like a jack in the box for the actual swimming competition. So if you're a gamer and you want to still game, I'd say do something like a puzzle or a journey game or something like that. But let's not do anything where it's battle and there's a winner and a loser. Let's save that for the pool during these important times.
There we go. I like it. All right. Speaking of other wisdom and bright ideas that you've got, you mentioned that you guys are developing some swimming equipment, training tools. Tell us about that. What's the story?
Well, we've been using a few, and Andrii has really enjoyed one of them that really just came out. So I got him here. first, for as far as like video review, this is the athlete camera system, and this is it. There are no wires.
Whoa.
You set this on the side of the pool, and you could mirror it through an app to a TV. There's one button so we can get a head on. I can walk around, put it on the side. You could have 4 different views on the TV screen. This is it. No wires.
Whoa, sick. You know, Luke needs one, right? He's our resident EV guy. Go ahead.
No,
Or AV
you know
guy.
who needs one? The NCAAs need one. We need to have underwater cameras for all those underwater kicks. We need to have so much more. We need to know what's going on underwater, not just from a coaching perspective, which you're working on, but a fan perspective. Let's see what's happening right there.
Not if the result is the same as that U.S. Nationals or whatever, where they had all the breaststroke DQs. We don't.
Oh
want
yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah. But I agree with you. That's cool. What was the idea behind that? And like, what's your journey and technical expertise in developing that?
Well, I didn't make it. However, we're helping them, make it better as far as the software and what coaches and swimmers may want. So it's athlete.com, and again, just no wires. This is it, and you can place it wherever you want. And the usability of it is extremely user friendly, and we love it. And then the second, maybe you guys have seen the EO handsets.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yeah.
So you put them on here, and it's got sensors all over it, and it'll Bluetooth information to your phone pretty instantly. And I'll let Andrii speak more on it. We just had Mike Bottom here at Queens, and he was working with the EO handset and Andrii and feeding back a lot of data regarding his freestyle.
Like I've been working with those types of devices many years, and I had a lot of people approaching me with the different brands. I don't want to mention them right now, but beside EO, and always the difficulty was to use it, let's say, in an easy way for both coach and athlete, or it would take a lot of time for you to upload the data, or it would take you like uncomfortable positions to just, you just do your best set possible, and you need to stay like that. I mean, how can I recover myself in 15 seconds rest of 225s if I need to keep my arms like that? Wasn't the past. Now it was very, very, very good. This EO set is more comfortable to keep it in your palm, that you don't really worry that's going to slip or something. It's not like a pedal. It's something that is just not affecting your stroke very much. It's just very nice tool at tracking your stuff. And what I learned by that, Mike Bottom is very nice coach that he can interpret your data into what's really actually happening to your stroke and what can be useful and easy to fix. What he found out that the difference between my right and left stroke, that I'm just slightly, let's say, I'm slightly decreasing the power of ending of my stroke on the left hand than on the right. And because of that, creates hesitation between left and right. And this hesitation could cost me 0.002, 0.03 points of every stroke, just the hesitation.
That's in freestyle.
In freestyle, yeah. I didn't do fly yet. I didn't. It was no time for that. But in freestyle, just by fixing not usually people see hesitation, and what they say, they just work on your tempo, work on your like timings and routine, swimming routine. But that's not what is actually happening. You need to see what's causing that problem, and that's the device that can teach you and help you to find what is a real mistake. Just because I was not able to end my stroke properly in the right direction could create a hesitation on the recovery and of another stroke. So that's why it's very important sometimes to analyze not sometimes, but I'm pretty suggesting it to everyone, that even the best athlete, the fastest athlete in the world can find, imagine just 0.02 points every stroke that you can fix just by increasing your ending of the stroke of another, like on one hand. And it's just a fraction of power, fraction of work. So of course you need someone who can analyze these data, and or maybe your coach can adjust for that and see what's happening. But it's always essential to find these small details that can be easily fixed. So I really enjoy that work.
I wish that tool was around when I was swimming, because for sure that resonates with me, the imbalance between left and right. And there were areas of my left arm pull is often the case, especially for like 100 or 200 freestyles. Like in the 50 free, it might not vary as much, although there can be some variability, but it's super common in kind of a loping stroke, especially people that only breathe to one side, to then have just a different technique in general, different depth, different finish through the stroke. And I knew that there was a difference in mine, to the point that, like, if I were to breathe to my left instead of my right, I'm not able to hold water all the way through on my right hand, whereas I can with my left. And I recognized that there was an imbalance there, but I couldn't quite get to the bottom of like what was the root cause of it and how to fix it.
Well, but that's interesting what you're saying. You're saying that sometimes people to 100 and 200 have this imbalanced stroke. And I'm not sure that they really need to change it. Maybe they just need to change the direction of pulling instead of changing their tempo or timing. I think timing is very important for athletes to keep, because they're training on that timing. Imagine that you're training whole time as your race pace in one timing, and then you go racing and you stop doing that. It's probably going to cause drop of your speed. But maybe instead of that, you keep being like one-sided swimmer, just one, like you're breathing on one side, but instead of trying to fix that, you're just fixing your underwater part. And also my vision on freestyle doesn't matter if like straight arm freestyle sprinting or bending arms. It doesn't really matter at all. What matters what is happening underwater. Because a lot of people like seeing swimming from outside, they just start to say, oh, the straight arm speed is the fastest one. We need to improve. We need to move everyone to the straight arm swimming. Honestly, I'm sure that the recovery is the last thing you need to focus on, because the only what moves yourself through the water is what's happening underwater. Everything happening underwater. Of course, recovery can be is an important part, but if you're going to focus only on the recovery, or if you're going to focus a lot on the recovery, it's not going to change much. Right. And this device can help you really to analyze and to understand what's happening underwater. And I have an example of probably you was not really paying attention on that guy. This is a Ukrainian boy. He's 21, and he swam like 21.7 last years. But if you check his first 15 is, I think, is the slowest of everyone in the competitions. He's doing like 5:78 or something. And he managed to swim 21.7 with 5:78. So if this guy would have Dressel start right now, he would swim 21.0. But his head, this is Vlad Buhov from Ukraine, but his head is like completely like looking straight while he's swimming. So it's a lot of options how to be fast in the water. And just search for this guy races. Yeah. How he's ending his second half speed is faster than everybody. Like I think he would maintain the same speed as McAvoy this season. But just because his start is 5:78, he's so much behind. He need to break through all these waves, and he's light. He's tall and light, and he's always asking me for helping him on the underwaters. But I'm not an expert, so I mean, and he's trying. But I think considering of high performance swimming, underwater, and propulsion, that's what should be more focused. Like everyone need to focus on that area more than anything else. Doesn't matter straight arm you're doing or bend arm. That just doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I got two things. One, I got to give Elliot, you got to get some shade here. So when you're talking about your video camera system, I was immediately thinking about Michigan and how amazing the facility at Michigan is that Mike set up last few years, that you can get instant feedback on his video. You can be swimming, touch the wall and see right away. I mean, my day, it took us 4 weeks to get processed at the Kodak lab. I'm joking, but it took forever. And then you drop Mike Bottom, the guru of sprint coaching, and so you can't just drop Mike Bottom and just like that, Elliot. But Andrii, 10 years ago today, I just got a video on my Facebook of me doing a video shoot, because at the time I was working with George Bovell. He was a 50 freestyler at the time, and this is us doing a video shoot with George, okay? And because I'm in a video shoot, I'm a filmmaker, and I wanted George to do a breakout at exactly this point for the camera's focal length, because I wanted in slow motion for him to break the surface exactly this point. And he kept missing it. He would miss it by like 2 centimeters. I'm like, I need 3 centimeters breakout earlier. Boom, he nailed it. The next day in practice, look at my recovery. Oh, I think your angle is like a little bit off. He adjusted his angle by 2 degrees. At 31 years old, 32 years old, George, you guys are so amazing at making these slight, precise adjustments to your stroke that prove dividends like you're talking about. May you give me an example of maybe something you worked on recently with Elliot that has shown a change in your stroke that you didn't realize before? You're still learning, you're talking about. You have the knowledge and the maturity as an elite swimmer to make these precise changes, and you believe it should prove dividends. Is there something you've done recently?
Oh yeah, like one of the examples I told you before, that this kick, kick that keep the knees together. Not necessarily that you need to stack them together, but keep them, that avoiding this hole between your hips, that's water coming through. This technical aspect was really surprising me. Same was with this EO data that. I know that maybe my shoulder was injured before and I got through the recovery process, but at the end, it showed up that while I was thinking about the recovery again, Mike Bottom told me about the ending of the stroke, and he showed me some drills for that, and a couple of drills, and then boom, I have this. So this is interesting part. That
you want to describe those drills because they're pretty good.
Those drills are based. Like we love to split, like we love to do drills like splitting in 3 directions: catch, pull, and push. Mm-hmm. So, and this is going to be push drill, that you take the mat ball, things like the floating mat ball that is not going to sink, of course, and you just keep it in your hand like that, and you're finishing with the triceps, but you want that is just going straight behind you. It is not going to go right or left, and you just want that is just going to end up right behind you. And you're not doing full stroke. You're just keeping it like T-Rex, like this. Okay. And you're just finishing just one time, and you see the direction of ball. And those muscles, like finishers, like that you use them on muscle ups, use them on push ups. They have significant, let's say, power of using the whole force you produced into the ending and into the right point. But you also should do not up, like you should like use the palms and all your hand into the right direction. So that this drill teach you, and because the ball, it's round, you can't really have this heavy ball. You can't use this ball against the gravity much. So you need to really press it. You need to press it, and it's going to give you this sensation of more resistance. But also you need to balance it because it's like spinning, rotating, and it needs to end up right behind you. So this is, we call it in my like cognitive drills, that is works into your undermind, that you don't think much because it's new for you. You just do something, but it works with your undermind. And then over time, it's just going to get it's going to give you some mark. Mm-hmm. And after a while, it's just going to be better and better controlled. Not by your own self, but by your technique automatically. So that's the idea behind that.
Hey, Andrii, are you going to coach? I know you mentioned something about like a future in politics at some point, but what's long term for you? How long are you going to swim? Are you going to coach? What do you want to do?
Look, the thing is, I've never been into coaching. Let's say I'm not sure that I would be patient enough to work with guys long term, let's say. But I'm considering myself like a swimming consultancy, like having a service of swimming consultancy soon, just because I believe that I can use all this knowledge I have, that I'm not just going to throw knowledge into the people, I'm just going to adjust to them, because I can see what people can have in their needs of swimming. But in long term, I've been having just dream about politics in the past, and having a business in Ukraine, but all is gone. Now, my, let's say, long-term goal is to move to United States soon. And that's kind of the goal, and just create the life from zero right here. Mm. And the area sport, of course, at the beginning, probably doing a lot of clinics, sharing knowledge, making some financial stuff, because, again, everything from zero right now. That's kind of a goal. But coaching as a coach daily, pretty sure not.
If I can add to that, let's get him over to
Yeah.
the United States and then see if 50s are around in the 2028 Olympics.
Didn't they already vote on that, or is that still on the an option on the table?
I think we just need to, open water is an issue. Nobody watch it. Let's just, the long distance guys got their 800 1.5 already in Olympics. So just give us a piece. Give me some chance to swim a little bit more. I would keep swimming if the 50 butterfly is on the list in the Olympics.
You and Nick Santos. Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be in the best shape ever in my life with the 50 fly. You're gonna see some crazy good results because it's gonna be the thing that I love to do. That is in my blood. This is natural that I have. It's a talent plus inspiration. 50 fly. It's something that I have. Just naturally.
Hey,
plus,
you'd be 35 or 36. We know a guy.
Anthony showed it already. And one of the reasons why we're very good with Elliot, because with me and Anthony had the same time in the semifinal in the Rio Olympics. We had 21:46 in the semifinal together. So age is just a number. Just please, just put the 50s in the Olympics. That's gonna make Olympics more perspective, in my opinion.
Dude, yeah, I couldn't be more aligned with you. As somebody who finished my career with 50 butterfly being my best event, gotta have it, especially in a country that doesn't care at all about 50s. Starting to, but let's put some priorities on the sprint, can we? I couldn't agree more. All right,
people start sprinting. It's healthy. It's a healthy way to lose some weight, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to lose the weight, go sprinting. And that's probably people should learn. And maybe it's going to be a tool to put pressure on the Olympic committee to just add it on. But,
yeah, but don't think it's going to be easy, because it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I mean, no, come on, guys. You still need to have the aerobic base to swim faster.
All right. We got a couple finishing questions. First, a few rapid for Andrii, and then I got one for you, Elliot. All right, Andrii, what's the hardest race in swimming?
53.
Olympic gold or world record?
World record.
Do you pee in the pool?
I prefer not to.
When do you actually think the 50s are going to be in the Olympics?
I think it's going to be the next LA.
All right. Have you ever cried in practice?
I puke. I don't cry.
What's the best swim you ever saw live?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't like swimming to watch. But let's say I've been impressed by Popovici. 100 freestyle world record. My favorite pool, world record. So Popovici 100 free.
All right, you're going to be in this final, but what does it take to win the 50 free in Paris?
21-11.
21-11. Still no. Do we see a 20 point this year?
Out of Olympics, maybe.
All right. And this last one is for Elliot. You mentioned the social kick, doing 400 yards of social kick a day. Obviously, that is great news to hear, and we encourage as much social kick as possible. What's the story behind that?
Well, with the college team, believe it or not, as much as they see and hang out with each other, when they get to the pool, they're still extremely chatty, right? And just want to hang out. So this is their time. Please don't pay attention, chat it up, enjoy your 400 social kick. There's no interval. But after that, we have your full attention and it's business time. So every workout, 400 social kick with fins. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah. Love it. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Looking forward to seeing the results at Worlds. Thanks for dropping some wisdom on us as always. And good to have.
Let's have a song. We have a song.
Oh,
we have a song.
Oh yeah, dude, I was gonna ask you to do that. Yeah. Let's hear it.
The thing is, I don't know how the mics works. I'm gonna do the beatbox, and Elliot we're gonna just sing a song. The thing is, if it's gonna be normal.
How far apart are you guys? Can you just pop into the other room and do it?
Sound check. Come on.
Yeah, we can hear him fine.
All right, nice. We ready to go?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
All right, hit it, Andre. Streamline, I lost my mind. I got caught up on the lane line. That's all fine, cause I had a great time coming up with this silly little rhyme about swimming. And swimming real fast, and you know I'm gonna have a blast. Yo, social kick, check it.
I can't hear anything, but
Thanks for hanging out, boys.
cutting and just amazing.
Thanks, guys.
That's it for this episode of Social Kick. We'll see you next time. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're enjoying Social Kick, tell your friends about it. And be sure to tell us what you liked by leaving a comment and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Social Kick. And you can find all of our content on our website at thesocialkick.com.